everyone. I'm Rebecca Lombardo, host of VendorVibes and fractional CMO. Today, I am here with Mike from VacayMyWay. Hi, Mike.
Howdy.
Thanks for joining me. So tell us, what is VacayMyWay?
Well, that's an interesting question. So right now, if I were to go for top level, VacayMyWay is a bit of a mindset change from a marketing partner perspective. And this is the most exciting piece for me. And the reason why I actually came back into the OTA industry, I was an ex-OTA guy for many, many, many years, is that they're, post COVID and post all the normalization and post all of that huge sprint that happened where everybody was trying to figure out where they fit in the industry, it became very clear that the market was going to cool back down to where it was previously, and that we were going to all, as an industry, need to pivot and figure out ways to kind of normalize ourselves back to the kinds of margins and returns that we were looking for previously, right? Well, what's happened is you've seen a lot of the industry continue to move forward, right, and continue to innovate. Innovation comes with a cost. Innovation comes with a lot of three-dimensionality, and that has also been trickled down back into this market, which is kind of like an inflation, so to speak, or whatnot. So everybody's really trying to find a way to really save a buck where they can without diluting their efficiencies and diluting their authenticity and diluting really their brand and their quality. And what's been awesome about coming into VacayMyWay is that we've been able to develop an OTA that actually gives back. And I think that that's like one of the most important things to me, being an industry guy for well over 16 years. I mean, we were part of the first movement way back whenever we were giving to people, and just watching the amount of positivity in the industry awareness just blossom. It was amazing, and I feel like we kind of hit a rut with that. And this product seems to really start to bring that kind of mindset back, which is it's okay to save money. It's okay to be your brand. It's okay to control your narrative. And it's also okay for your travelers to be rewarded for using sites like us that eventually find you too as well. And so creating an ecosystem where both the host wins and the traveler wins at the end of the day, this is something that I think is missing in the industry right now, is that you either have one that's very host heavy, where it's really only focused on hosts and it charges the traveler, or it's vice versa, right? So our product actually aims to do both, so that at the end of the day, everybody looks at this, and at the end of the day, we're all travelers too. So, as a business person, you may want to travel on VacayMyWay because you found the product that you liked. It was cheaper, you made some rewards points on it, and you were able to move on. So anyways, I think from a top level, that's what I would say about VacayMyWay. Is there's a lot, we've kept a very simple design, but it is the best in class. It's efficient, and it gives to both sides.
Excellent. So do I need to have anything in place in order to work with you guys?
Sure. You can do it from every type. So we do accept hosts and we do accept property managers. We definitely do have commercial connections as well with multiple property management systems. So it just depends on how you want to list on VacayMyWay. If you're an owner yourself, you can literally go in. It is completely template based. Just walk right through the steps, and we can get you on as fast as you can put the information. If you're a property manager system, or you have a system, then you can check with us to see if we're connected to it. And from there, all of our connections are self-service onboarding. You literally can put in your connection keys. It will automatically pull the information for you, and we can get you out on the site and get you rocking and rolling in an efficient fashion. One thing I will mention is that we are a merchant of record, and most of the time this scares people away. But the reason why we're doing it is because we also cover your credit card processing fees as a host or a property manager as well. So we wanted to be able to do that. And also it has to do with our reward system as well, because we do give reward system points to our travelers for booking with you as well. So, the entire goal is really just to create a feel-good feeling for the traveler who ends up here, but then ultimately ends up with you and then has the best experience. And then from there, every little piece of this has been positive. So to answer your question, it's all pretty standard stuff, really. You can be one, you can be 1,000 units. We can connect them all.
Interesting. Okay, so one of my other questions is, what makes you guys unique? But it feels like you've kind of covered that. Is there anything else that you would add on?
I mean, the biggest thing around all of this was, there are certain pieces that we believe need to be there as far as for instilling confidence on both a host side and both a traveler side. Now, at the end of the day, all the money's from the travel side, right? We need that B2C revenue to happen. So they have to feel confident that wherever they're booking, they're protected, they're getting the right cost, and they're getting the right product. And those three things, I feel like most of the industry covers maybe two of those out of the three, and there's always one missing. And we're trying to make sure that we don't miss any of those steps. Having the liability piece, knowing that if they damage something or their kid breaks a lamp or spill something, knowing that that's already built into the booking. The ID guest verification is for the host. It lets the host know that they can be confident that the person that's coming in has been verified. And then the last piece is that we'll let you save that extra 2 or 3% of credit card processing fees so you can keep that back in your pocket. Then you also don't have host fees. And the traveler saves somewhere between 15 to 20% on service fees because those aren't there either. So if I'm kind of painting a picture here, I mean, it's really just allowing people to feel safe and a good place and knowing that we've got their back from either the B2B side or the B2C side.
Okay, so also, just because you're a merchant of record doesn't mean that they can't talk to the guest directly, right?
Correct. Right. So we do have completely unfiltered communication. Yes, sometimes that's a risk. It may have us lose a booking here or there to a direct booking, but we're okay with that because honestly, again, it's the experience. We want a traveler to be able to talk to a host to be able to talk to a traveler or property manager at any step of the way. Because I mean, you've got properties out there that are 5, 10, 15. We've got one on our site that's like 75 grand a night. If you don't think that the property manager isn't going to want to reach out to that person who inquired and go, who are you? How big's your group? And what's coming in, and get all that information right out of the gate. That doesn't really leave a lot of confidence. It's pretty one-sided. So being able to keep that open, keep the emails and the phone numbers open so there can be real conversations with real people. People can get to know each other, especially in these bigger ones like this. It just allows us to be very, very flexible. So you can have the biggest property to the smallest property, but anybody that's still getting used to our platform, they've just heard about us and they're like, ooh, who are these guys? I like it, but cannot trust them. Well, the first thing you can ever do is allow people to connect to the places that they're wanting to go, and don't hide anything. So
that's awesome. So are you guys working globally?
Yes, we're in now 30 countries. We just actually, funny enough, added Sri Lanka as our number 30th, funny enough, this week. So I thought that was pretty good. So yes, we are worldwide. We are still heavily focused in the US, but we are gaining traction pretty quickly in Mexico, Caribbean, some in Canada, and then the Europe nations are starting to grow pretty quickly too. So it's exciting. It's an exciting time.
So if you think about your happiest partners right now, can you share why they are so happy with you?
Funny enough, it's funny you bring this up. You might know Cassandra and team over at, I think it's Blue Ridge Rentals, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to remember the name. But anyways, they have like 700 units, right? Tons, right? One of the things that kind of blew their socks off was they called us a couple weeks back and said, hey, we'd like to try the platform. And we're like, sounds great. They were able to onboard 715 properties in 13 minutes. And that pretty much just like, she kind of stopped and was like, I've been doing this a long time. Everything usually takes a day or two. Why was that so fast? And honestly, it was just because we've got an awesome development team and they really spent a lot of time making sure that in this particular case, it was a streamlined integration. They went through all of those pieces, like every one of the API keys and requirements and things like that. And, what can we connect and what can't we connect, to where some of the other OTAs in the space may not connect to certain things, where they went ahead and built out those pieces. So it allowed all of those properties to come over with any of the nuances that they had, whether it was number of pets, handicap accessible, any of those little things like that, EV charging stations, all those little things were all covered. So that way those properties were able to go live and also be able to showcase all of the features the properties had. So anyways, within 13 minutes, they were able to get on. So I would say so far our little pat on the back, for the last couple of weeks or so is talking to property managers and seeing how fast we can get them on. And it's become kind of a joke around the office a little bit too, which is like, how fast can we get it done? Because with us having the only thing that takes maybe 3 minutes tops, maybe 4, is adding your bank account. Everything else is very, very, very fast.
That's truly incredible.
I like it.
Well, if somebody hears this and they want to get more information or want to talk to you guys, what's the best way to reach you?
Sure. You can call us at 888-VacayMyWay, which sounds very car salesy, but you can call us at that number. Or you can hit us up at info or support at VacayMyWay. You can go straight to the website as well. We also have a knowledge portal at the very bottom of VacayMyWay, which is our wiki, and it talks about how you can connect to us, no matter who you have and what property management systems you have, our general guidelines, how we work, what we do. So anytime you need to learn something about us, that's a great place to start. We're on all the socials. Please add us on LinkedIn. Please add us on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest. We do a lot of work on Pinterest. Funny enough, one of our marketing liaisons is really good at cooking recipes, and so she puts a lot of VacayMyWay recipes out there, which is funny. And we get somewhere between 180 to 200,000 impressions on those within like 2 weeks. I mean, they're very they stand out. It's very interesting. So very proud of our marketing team. We have 4 different marketing firms we work for, because we do. I guess I should probably make a point of this, because people are like, great, your product sounds great, but what are you doing to market it, right? I should probably mention this. So coming from a marketing background, having 1 or 2 touch points for marketing is not enough. So we have 4 externally and then our team internally that all do different things. So you've got one dealing with socials, one dealing with PR news media, one dealing with UI UX, and then one dealing with like the social accounts and things like that. So everybody has a little bit of a separation of church and state and kind of stay in their lanes, and it helps keep the quality up. So thought I should probably make a point of that too. Anyways, hope that answers everything.
It does. It does. And that's very good to know. Thank you so much for hopping on to chat with me today. I really appreciate it.
Of course, to see you. I hope you're still songwriting. So, once you get
Still
some more lyrics for me, I'll pull this guy out right here. So
I love it. I love it. Yes, always a creative. Thank you again so much. Cheers, everyone.
you bet. See you soon.